So, hello everybody. Welcome to the 53rd book club discussion. And today, for the first time, we are reading a memoir, a non-fiction. So, feels great. And I'm so happy that this is the memoir we've chosen, such a powerful read. It's Educated by Tara Westover. I just wanted the format to be a little different this time. So instead of talking, too much about the about the themes or something and going too much into me talking, I thought we'll open it up with questions and we can just have some discussion, guiding questions, and we could have a discussion that would be better, I think, because all of us have so much I think we want to share about the book. So, a little bit about the author. So, Tara Westover is an American memoirist, essayist, and historian. She was born in 1986, and this is like something which every time hits me. So, she's actually so young to have undergone so much in such a short period of time. And she was the youngest of seven children. She was born in Clifton, Idaho, to Mormon survivalist parents. And so their names are not Jean and Faye. She just refers to them as Jean and Faye in the book. She has five older brothers and an older sister. Her parents were suspicious of doctors, hospitals, public hospitals, the federal government. So Westover was born at home, delivered by a midwife, and was never taken to see a doctor or a nurse. She was not registered for a birth certificate until she was 9 years old, and their father resisted getting any formal medical treatment for any of the family. So even when they were seriously injured and the children were treated only by their mother who had studied herbalism and other methods of alternative healing, even at those moments, it was only herbalism which was kind of saving them. Her memoir, Educated, is about her journey from being this loosely homeschooled person. Sorry, didn't finish the sentence. So, from being this loosely homeschooled person to a person who becomes a doctorate. So, in 2009, well, a graduate student at Cambridge, at that time, Westover told her parents that for many years, since the age of 15, she was physically and psychologically abused by her older brother, Sean. Her parents denied her account and they suggested that she was under the influence of Satan. And the family split over these events. So Westover wrote about the estrangement and her unusual path to and through the university education in her acclaimed 2018 memoir, which is Educated. The book was chosen as one of the 10 best books of 2018 by New York Times. She was chosen as one of the 100 most influential people of 2019. As of December 2020, Educated had sold more than 8 million copies. Through their attorney, the family actually disputed many of the elements which she mentions in her book, including her suggestion that her father may have bipolar disorder and also that her mother may have suffered a brain injury which resulted in reduced motor skills. The book was President Barack Obama's pick for summer reading and his favorite books of the year list, and it was among his favorite books of the year list. And it also went on to win many accolades, and is named as one of the best books of the year by Washington Post, Guardian, and a lot of others whom I've mentioned here, and many more too. So one more thing is that her mother also wrote a book in response to her. Did you all know about it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
educating.
Educating. So the name of the book is Educating. She's written it as a response to Tara's Educated. So this discussion is, I just want to take some topics, open the questions, and have a discussion today. Um, so let's go for that. So what do you think she's referring to with the title Educated? And what statement do you think the book makes on education at large and how important it is? You could just feel free to unmute your mics and yeah. Tulika, you want to go first?
Yeah, see, very obviously, she's not only talking about bookish education.
Mhm.
So I suppose she's talking more about questioning your conditioning, the way you live, like how education opens your mind to a lot of things which you don't
Yeah.
naturally imbibe. So I think that's probably why what she's talking about here.
Mm, true.
Yeah.
In the last page of the book, actually, she
Yes,
has explained that.
correct.
Hmm. Hmm.
I
Especially, I
call
think
it
that last
an
paragraph.
education.
Yeah.
Last paragraph. She
Mm,
says you could call this selfhood many things:
Hmm.
mm,
Hmm.
transformation, metamorphosis,
Hmm.
falsity, and betrayal. From
mm,
her point of view, these 4 5 items are considered to be education, and how we apply to our lives and in which way they are relevant to us or to what degree. They are, of course, very subjective, but that is what she said.
Hmm.
mm,
Betrayal is an education, falsity is also an education, metamorphosis, change is also an education, transformation is also an education. It means many things. We cannot just say limited, as Madam has said, just academic education. It's not alone is the case.
correct.
True.
It's a transformation. That's what I think she
Ha,
used to say.
Another problem with such memoirs is if it is fiction, you can what I call bring out something new from your reporter or your thinking. In this case, it is a memoir, it is a fact. You have very little freedom or very little luxury of playing with the points or narrative. That's
Correct.
what I found. What she says is final. You cannot deduce something from your thinking and say this is what the situation was and this is what the writer might have meant. There is no scope for that. She is very factual. This is the
Correct.
problem with memoirs. Your creative freedom to interpret things or deduce things is very limited. That luxury is limited. That is what I also feel.
But one
I
more
have.
thing was I felt was maybe because she is educated and because truth has played such a vital role in her story, I felt she
Ah,
was so keen to, make sure that whatever she says is true. So wherever she's not very clear, she makes a point of telling us that, this is where my memory is fuzzy. This is what I remember, but this is what somebody else remembers. And I found that was very,
yes.
very, very
Very
great to do that. Yeah.
very sincere, it is open,
Yeah.
very transparent. Maybe I am missing the bus here. That's what she says. That is my brother's version, this is this version, this is what I remember. And at this stage, for remembering those dates and other things, she accepts her limited capacity.
Correct.
She is very open that way. That is accepted.
Yeah.
I still
That is
found
a
it
fact.
a little bit of unreliability, not because her intentions are very correct, but I still
Yeah.
feel there are some things which are so unbelievable, which don't seem like so impossible. I feel there she must be misremembering some bits of it, because some parts where there's one instance where her brother has an accident and she can actually feel his brain. She says that there's something soft, and he doesn't go to the hospital and he recovers
She takes him there, na Tulika, in
for
that
2 days or something.
2 days or
How is
something.
it
Uh-huh.
possible? And
Yeah.
there were many things like this which I feel she might not remember correctly. She might not
Mm,
remember that she doesn't remember. And so I
mm,
somehow felt a little bit of an unreliable narrator kind of feeling. When there were a number of places like this, even when they have the car accident and her mother is, she's just down and then she's up, and where there's a place where her neck is, frozen, and
mm, mm,
then
Uh-huh. She'll
I
not be
mean,
able to move it.
इतना serious injuries है. How can you just be at home and buy herbs? How can you recover? So I don't know. Maybe it's true, but I still cannot fully rely on a narration. What you said, na, it might not be fact. I will reserve that right to
mm.
judge her that it
Yeah.
might not be fact. Not because her
Mm,
intention is wrong, but because she might not remember it correctly at all. It
mm,
seems where her brother burns her legs, entire legs, his legs are burnt.
mm,
How can somebody survive those kind of injuries, and not once, over and over again?
mm.
How much power does that herbal medicine have? And if it
Uh,
really has that fire, why don't we all use it? Brain
Yeah.
surgery, those
the,
kind of
Because
things.
of pain, not Tulika. So the pain has to be anyway borne, right? So I feel medicine somewhere the what it does is more. Many things, like even my pediatrician used to say this,
Mm-hmm.
used to say it's a more of a symptomatic, whatever every symptom you have gets a treatment. It's not that we are really curing your disease. So you have pain,
Yeah, yeah.
we are curing your pain. You have a
It's
fever, we
both.
are curing your fever.
It's symptomatic relief is one thing, but
Yeah,
actual healing has to happen, right?
correct,
Like
correct.
surgery and all is not symptomatic. They are
It's not
actually,
symptomatic.
yeah.
Correct, I agree.
So I found it a little,
Mm,
I'm on the fence about some bits of her book. I mean,
mm,
not to take away at all from what she has gone through, from
correct.
the things that she has achieved, but I
Yeah.
will, I'm
Uh,
a
you
little,
mean to say that she has overblown the cases of accidents and injuries and other things in her
she
treatment?
might have imagined them more from what they actually were.
Mm.
It's a very maybe it is a possibility. That's all.
And added to it, they don't go to a conventional doctor. That is another problem. They
Exactly,
treat it themselves.
exactly,
See, if
and they
the
survived.
injuries, exactly, as you just said, actually, if the injury is that serious, and when they are anti-doctor, they don't go to doctor, how come actually they get cured in home itself?
Correct. And
Mm.
they
Home
become
treatment.
functional human beings. They become when she can touch his
Yeah.
brain. I mean, that line blew me away. I felt his head, and I felt something soft.
Mm.
Ah.
That
But
that.
there are like, so the other book club where we are having the same discussion.
Hmm.
So still they are like that. So the community, Mormon community are still like that. Many of them still don't go to doctors. And the more surprising thing was, I actually purposely didn't want to, like, usually we do talk about the history or the culture of a place or whatever we come across in the book. But this time I
Hmm.
really didn't want to talk about the Mormon community, because after the last book club discussion, each person spoke about such characters in their own community also,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
which was very surprising. So there were people who are talking about, Christians, other Christians, normal Christians also, who do not get vaccines,
Ah,
who
that
don't go
I've
to the
heard.
doctor. And
Hmm.
we are also had this, we'd seen this situation in this one also in Singapore also, when we were in Singapore and during the COVID time. So we came to know there's this whole community of people who don't take vaccines,
Hmm.
whether it's
Hmm.
whatever, if it's whether it's a polio vaccine or it's a corona vaccine, whatever it is. They don't want to take a vaccine at all. They
Hmm.
refuse to go for any treatments. They refuse to have tablets. So just when we were talking about that, immediately there was like this other people who are talking about similar things which are there um, in Hinduism also.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Similar kind of people who are there in Jains also.
Yeah.
So,
Do you call it faith healing then?
huh,
No, I
Faith
don't
healing?
dispute this idea that such people exist, but they
mhm.
must be bearing the consequences of
Yeah,
this
they do. I'm very sure.
that.
Not always everyone
Yeah,
will get cured of it, right? And be
exactly.
okay.
That is my
Yeah,
contention. That there will be some everlasting effects if you don't go to a doctor. You
correct.
can't,
Yeah,
get over it and become a functional human being completely
correct.
functional. That
Correct.
was my. I'm not at all disputing that such people exist.
Mm.
That was my contention. I know, and also in a place like America, you think of it as such a progressive country. It's like many Indias, and there are many Americas also.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was like, what is happening here?
yeah. I feel like it's true of every place that we come across nowadays.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
crazy.
there are very many different facets to a place. We had come across this person, like, again, they are Hindus, Indians, and from very educated community and all that, but they don't believe in medicine.
Oh
So,
God. Hmm.
yeah, so it was very surprising that, there was a member of the family who had fallen ill in their house. And it was just a very simple, it was some stomach upset or diarrhea or something like that. And so apparently, the person who had fallen ill also doesn't believe in medicine, but the person had become so sick that the others could have taken her to a hospital and tried to save her, but they never did it. She passed away
Huh, that
from
is
something as
sad.
simple as a diarrhea, to pass away from that. It
Very
felt
sad.
so horrible.
Yeah, so
But
useless. I mean, what a way
yeah,
to. was alive. It's
Mm. But that's what, so it's very difficult, I think, for us to comprehend it.
mm-hmm.
So that was, I think the next thing was about
Is it that the injuries they get cured naturally? Is it possible?
No,
Say
how?
broken bones or
maybe they do,
contusions in
Shamal
head
Rauji,
injuries,
but they will get,
or
they,
burns can
they,
heal
they
if
may not
infection
fuse
doesn't
together
set
in
in.
the right way, no? It will be a crooked arm or
Hmm.
something like that then.
Uh,
It
Also,
helps.
it might
and
happen once
they,
or twice, but not for their family. It was like
Like
consistent over and over.
consistently, so
Yeah,
many accidents.
yeah. Wrist broken, eye came out, neck broken.
My God, it was horrible to hear.
It
And
was so
that machine which their
violent.
father had
Oh
brought
my
for
God.
them to operate, oh my God.
Oh God, I cannot even imagine what kind of a machine, but it still sounds so scary in my head. Like a T-Rex, I thought, like big
Yeah,
teeth and everything.
seriously. So horrible it was. It sounded so horrible, and he was letting his kids do it.
Ah,
Hmm.
that was
Just before coming for today's thing, I was just watching a little, some of these, some other, like I was looking at Mormons basically, but then I came across some videos of other communities also. And there was this one where they follow this religious leader and they are completely blind and they listen to whatever he says. So there's this girl who's come away from it. So, and she speaks how she was made to work when she was a 4-year-old, and she
jeez.
was working in a candle factory with hot wax.
God,
I was like, oh my God, how did they? So
yeah,
apparently there are,
mm, it's crazy.
yeah. So, so that comes to the next thing which I wanted to talk about, which was family and loyalty. And what was shocking was, despite all that was happening, Tara doesn't stop loving her family. You know,
Correct.
yeah,
Yeah,
and she keeps going back. Problems
yeah.
keep
Oh
happening, but
God,
she
yes.
keeps going back. Yeah. And so that's what actually makes the story also so painful. She doesn't leave because she's angry or she's ungrateful or something. She leaves only because staying would make her have to shrink herself. And whether you
but
become your own person or whether you're going to continue loving your family. So that was the decision she had to make. And it was very clear for her father and her parents. Loyalty means obedience. You cannot question your father. You can't speak about abuse. You have to choose your
but
family over truth. Yeah.
but in this
So,
case, her family forsakes her, not
mm,
she forsaking the family.
hmm,
Parents or whatever, brothers sometimes they forsake her, they reject her, they ostracize her. It
yeah.
is not the other way around. That is what I feel.
No, if she had said,
Don't
okay,
try
fine,
to
he didn't
Yeah.
abuse me, everything is okay, they would have accepted her.
that apology or whatever that is.
Yeah,
But she said nothing doing. I'm not going to do that. It is not for what purpose I read so much. I
correct.
Mm,
have come academically this far. There is a wonderful quote also on that.
Yeah, I think
No,
I
I'm
have
not going
that.
to do that.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, that is a very important quote because she
Oh.
realizes the distance that she has covered. She can't make a U-turn and go back and say, "Okay, I'm sorry, please excuse me and take me as one of your members." That's not possible
Mm,
mm,
because they are in a further. They are different, two different poles.
correct.
Neither they can come into her world, nor she can go into their world.
Mm,
the
It will
conviction that, and
only
it's
three.
amazing. Sorry, Bulia.
No, only three people have come out of it, and they all are postgrad PhDs.
yes.
Mm,
Rest of the people they remained with their family, and they are below. They are what I call. They didn't complete even high school education.
Mm,
mm,
So that is one of the thing actually. Education wise, she went so far with so short a time. Actually, they can never match her. Up to
correct.
17 years, she was not. There was no ABCD with her. Within 10 years, actually, look at the speed with which she becomes a PhD. That was
Mm,
very
mm.
inspiring to me.
Surprising,
She
yes.
never
yeah.
sets, she never sets her foot into a classroom, whether of a college or a school, and she is self-made. That is
Yeah.
very inspiring. How
Very, very
rest of things
inspiring.
okay.
Very crazy.
Yeah,
Even if we try to apply to ourselves, also that is very tough.
correct.
17 years, remember, more than 1.5 decades of our life is wasted on illiteracy. And suddenly she makes it out, and by 27th year, she becomes at the 31st year, she writes a book on that. She's a brilliant
Amazing.
women. Amazing women.
Yeah.
Correct.
Really, I'm anxiously waiting for a second book if she brings up, frankly.
Imagine just picking up a book and learning algebra on your own.
Yeah, exactly.
Blew my
Here we put them in
mind.
school and then we have some tuitions and then we sit with them
Yeah,
also.
right. It's just so
I
crazy.
was just thinking, one of the things which I felt when I read it was, I think, some overwhelming gratitude that we get to be who we are.
Really. Yeah, the
Yeah,
freedom.
the freedom and thing. Yeah. So some of the questions was, so can you
Ah,
love people and still disagree with them? So can you honor where you come from without being trapped by it? So healthy loyalty allows disagreement, unhealthy loyalty demands silence. So what
Always.
does loyalty mean to us, and what is the line between protecting family and protecting ourselves? And is it possible to choose yourself without losing love? And why do you think some of her siblings were actually able to leave while others stayed? But I think Shamal Raji told that one of the main reasons why they were able to leave is only because of their education, I guess.
Mm.
and those people who remained with the family was economic independence, financial
Exactly.
independence, I meant to say.
Yeah.
That is why they stayed back.
Mm,
There
True.
was
yeah.
no other reason other than that.
Mm.
Mm.
So apparently, the book her mother had written is also. So I didn't read it, but somebody else had read it in the previous book club, and they mentioned it was more about trying to save her company because it was $1 million company.
It
It
Yes.
was
is.
supporting the entire family, and something like this book can be so damaging to the image.
Mm-hmm.
So, so
They're
she,
doing really well, apparently. Really, really well.
which one?
They, as a company, they're doing very, very well.
Very, very well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're
So they're
making a
doing
lot of
really
money.
well. So, and it's what is supporting that all of them, literally, all the children and everyone. So it's a very risky thing to lose. Yeah.
Mm.
So I think, by the way, mom, I think my mother is also here and she finished reading it. You can unmute yourself and you can also share anything, ma. So, okay. So next is, of course, abuse and power. Yeah, you want to share anything, ma?
No, I liked the book a lot. It
Hmm.
was very disturbing. I finished it in a short, and my friend, I shared it with her. She's also into books. She told me it rocked the US. Everybody was talking about it, and it was very famous there, she told me.
Oh,
So we have chosen a very good book, I think,
yeah.
this
Thanks to
time.
Tulika. Tulika,
Yes.
I think, was one of the persons who mentioned that I like
Yeah,
to read it.
I was wanting to read it uh,
Mm.
for a very long time.
Oh,
So yeah, I was glad we picked it.
yeah.
There's one more thing that
Yeah.
I'd like to point out.
Mm-hmm.
How, like she's abused a lot by Sean, right?
Mm.
The
Correct.
conditioning is so deep that this self-preservation instinct is also dead. How does that happen? Like even animals will not go to a place where they know something might harm them, but
Correct.
that whatever that sense of loyalty or whatever she has,
Mm.
we kind of there was a word, I don't know, I think it's from this book only, called positive freedom. I've written it down, but I think she mentions it in this book only. It's to be free. I think it's from Educated. To be free of the constraints of your own mind. that
Okay.
that concept is so important, because no one will go somewhere where he's going to hurt me, he's going to, but she keeps going back because, again, I think the idea of loyalty, or that she's
Mm.
conditioned so deeply to believe in family, and uh,
Correct.
that's the difference between animals and humans, because
Mm.
minds will rule humans, not instinct.
Mm.
I found that very surprising how she would still, and yet I could understand it, why she would still go back in the hope that, they'll take me back and they will accept me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
that
was
is one
every time
point.
it was
Another
like she was taking two steps forward, one step back, two steps forward, one
Yeah.
step back.
He'd break her
Yeah.
wrist and
and
everything and she'd still come back.
She'll still come back.
Just,
this could be one of the reasons, madam. He hits her and he apologizes again immediately.
oh God, yeah, that.
That is another thing. I found one of your interviews actually. I will just read out. The question was, as you grew older, Sean began to bully you and abuse you. He pulled you around by your hair, broke your wrist,
Hmm.
flushed your head in the toilet, killed the family dog, and threatened to kill you. Hmm. How did this begin? When I was 15 and he found me smudging my eyes with my sister's massacre, he could not stand seeing me grow up to be a woman. He regularly called me a whore and a slut. Whenever he hurt me, he was always really apologetic afterwards. Perhaps that might have acted as a bomb. So that is a maybe she went on accepting. He tried to say it was just a game, that he had not meant to harm me. And
Hmm.
it was always my brother's version of events rather than mine that I wrote down in my journals. I made myself believe it was true. This could be one of the reasons why she kept quiet. Actually, she didn't
Right. It's
Hmm.
typical
in
abusive
any other
behavior,
way.
right?
Ah,
Correct.
yes, she didn't read her. She didn't fight back.
Hmm.
Went on accepting things because she thought her brother's version is always true, and it has got a universal acceptance in the family. It was never questioned. Parents
Hmm.
accepted Swan, father accepted, other accepting Audrey. She also accepted, though she was mishandled by Sean,
Hmm.
her sister, her elder sister, Audrey.
Right.
I think I am
Hmm.
correctly pronouncing.
Yeah, Audrey.
But yes, but the question comes: why Sean behaves like that?
Yeah,
I didn't
just
get a
I
reason.
think it was that
Bi-
patriarchy is
bipolar
very
disorder.
in embedded in their whole community itself, for that matter, and
But
in
if
her
that be the
family all
case,
the more so.
okay,
Hmm?
if that be the case, Charles doesn't behave that way. Luke doesn't behave that way.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
gets limited only to this man,
correct,
Sean.
Correct.
And
correct.
even Sean goes to the extent of killing the dog and bringing that bloody knife to
Oh.
her hands, actually. It's
Oh.
Yeah,
so extreme. It is revolting, that behavior. Why Sean is like that, I could not make out.
it
There
is.
was some.
And
He's
even
got
he,
some issues. When you have some anger issues and stuff, I think um, it would be towards all, but somewhere when that patriarchy also steps in, then I think it gets directed only against the women.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and
He
some people
mistreats,
are
he's even as
inherently
a
cruel.
lover. Ah,
Sorry.
no, please tell.
So I'm just saying, I was actually talking to a psychologist friend, and we were talking about kids, and we were saying like kids who bully or who are cruel. There's something in their
Ah,
background, their family. So she said it's not always true. Some people are
ah,
inherently cruel.
Correct.
That's that's the way they are. So, and when they have the power, then they will abuse.
Hmm.
yes. He almost behaves like his father. Father was also violent.
Right.
Correct.
Ah,
But was his father
without
this
anything.
violent towards his mother and all? No, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. No.
No.
Father, but he was violent to his children. That's what I found.
Hmm.
He was
Putting them
bipolar.
without any safety gear, making them to work in his junkyard.
Yeah, he wasn't safe
Ah,
with them, but he didn't really beat
ah.
them up or something like that, I felt.
But
But
he
this guy
mistreated
was,
them. That is it. There
yeah, he
was safety
mistreated
was
them.
thrown out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
He was employing them as labor.
Correct.
Maybe Sean somehow it was a difficult character for me to understand. He was not normal.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Her father
Hmm.
was bipolar, she says somewhere.
Yes.
He
Yes.
Yes,
was, right?
she writes a paper. She writes a paper on that. She was
Hmm.
asked to write bipolar.
So then that would
Both
explain a lot
extreme.
of things.
Hmm.
But
Why?
that was explained only as a subject matter without any relevance to their family or its family members, their behavior. He wrote
Yeah.
it as an
Hmm.
independent paper. He
Hmm.
says somewhere
But
Hmm.
bipolar.
if there are so many women who are bipolar, there are so many people who are bipolar, but who don't get violent or who
Correct.
don't treat their kids like this, na Tulika?
Correct.
I feel somewhere it is that whole thing, he might, like Sean might have some mental issues, her father might have had something, but
Mm.
that community and the way they have shaped it is
Absolutely.
what is enabling
Huh.
them to behave this way.
Right, right, right. The whole patriarchy thing, and
Yeah,
that the man has the power, that would have just, that
correct,
gives them the thing to do whatever they did,
correct.
along with the mental issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Ah,
right.
yes, yes. And
Mm.
then since Mormonism was new to me, I thought actually does that Mormonism support such things? It's not like that.
Yeah, it's not like that. So
No,
apparently,
they have
they
written
are an
another book
extreme
along with.
case.
Uh,
Yeah.
that is something is a gray area which I could not pick up. Why he is that violent? Extremely violent to his own people. Okay,
Mm,
Mm.
outside somewhere he quarrels and comes. That is a different thing. His
mm.
own
Mm.
sister,
Yeah.
his own girlfriend,
Yeah.
his
Oh my.
own wife.
Mm. In fact, there's one
Something.
place after he hits her where she tells him that he says, I'm doing it for your own good so that you don't turn into a slut or something. And then she says, yeah,
Yes, yes.
please make sure that I don't become like that. So I
Mm,
was so shocked. So she is enabling him also in a way. She's telling, yeah,
mm,
yeah, you have to make sure that I don't become.
mm.
He gets
So,
encouraged.
mm, but that's what the whole thing is, that unless like so in the previous book club, that was another thing, many people were very angry that the mother did nothing, that the daughter did nothing about her situation, and the mother was doing nothing about her situation. But then for you to do something about your situation, you should first know it is a bad situation.
Correct.
So I
Ah,
felt she didn't know that only,
Yeah.
and that she didn't know, I feel, till she got that education and till she understood that this was wrong what happened to me.
People accept a lot of things if they know no better. That's
Yeah.
true. That's
Mm,
right. Did you read up anything on Mormonism?
I did.
Tell us, because
Oh.
I did a little bit.
Okay. So apparently one of the things is that they belong to that thing, no, which is that temple of uh, Lord Temple of Jesus Christ of something. It comes in some big name. I forgot the name now. And they have that head person who was arrested. I'm not sure if you know that. You've seen
I
that
don't.
documentary. It's there on Netflix.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so that's a very powerful documentary on Mormonism, which I saw some time back. I hadn't seen it now.
Uh-huh.
Let me just check out the name of the documentary.
I'll check it out then.
Yeah, documentary on, and that one I had watched some time back.
Okay.
And yeah, Pray and Obey. Keep
Okay.
sweet, pray and obey.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
that church is called FLDS, and
FL.
the main head person is called Warren Jeff.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And this Warren Jeff is the person now in prison.
Okay. Oh.
So apparently, one of the things which they allow is they allow polygamy in their community. And in fact, according to whatever they say, is that you should have at least three wives
Wow.
if you want to be allowed into heaven or something like that.
Hmm.
So mostly, so the wife itself, herself, she itself would permit the husband to have another couple of wives.
Hmm.
So the head person who is there, Warren Jeffs, had something like, I think, 80 wives or something.
Oh. Oh my
Yeah.
God. This is very.
And so some of them were already married, and he married them without the permission of their husbands. And some of them were kids, 14 years, 13 years, 14-year-olds whom he had married.
Hmm.
And so that was the mainly the crime for which he was in prison, for marrying and having a relationship with a 14-year-old.
This is their leader.
This is their leader.
Oh my God. It's very freaky.
Very, very. So here apparently one of the surprising thing is that he's got only one wife. Her father has only one wife,
Hmm.
which is
Hmm.
a very surprising thing in Mormons, because most of them have like three wives is like a very normal thing. And the children, most of the kids also, like I had seen them some other videos also today, which where they say, so So they called it as my sister wife. So one
Okay.
wife calls the other as a sister wife, and then the kids also say that we had, two mothers, we have three mothers, and apparently all the mothers are very kind to all the kids and very loving.
This is like the dark ages, no? Like Ramayana, like Kekari and Kausalya.
Yeah,
Everybody existing
yeah.
peacefully. What is this crazy?
Exactly. Since all of them are okay with it, all of them
Yeah.
are very kind to all the kids. So the kids are
Oh,
like absolutely spoiled, and they're like, okay, all the mothers take care of us. They're so loving. And even if some women do work, they always make sure that there's at least one woman at home with the kids. So,
sounds like a
so
very convenient thing to
yeah,
do.
very convenient thing. And it's actually a bit crazy, and but of course, this not believing in electricity, not believing in phone and all, I don't think everyone follows those things. So those were her father was a very extreme thing, and he had that survivalist thing also, no, that
Hmm.
something bad is going to happen and we need to prepare for that day.
That was also a little
End
bit
of
of a
the world.
gray area for me because
Yeah,
he uh, later on they have telephone, they have television.
correct.
He would buy these massive machines.
Mm,
Allow that if you are like you want to be self-sufficient, why should you be okay with having all of that?
correct.
So
So
that
wherever it was convenient for him, then
ah,
I think he kind of
yeah,
changed over there.
exactly. That
Yeah,
doesn't work like that.
correct. But so even though so one more thing was this, all these are not really part of Mormonism, actually, apparently. The like what her father was doing, the survivalist thing and all,
Hmm.
is not what all of them do. So I guess he is had that, kind of a thing. Uh, and so there are also Mormons who don't belong to this, I think, this Warren Jeffs thing also. So that's another thing.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So it's a very, it's, yeah. And
And one thing they
okay, one more thing,
and
interesting thing is they don't believe in dating and marriage.
So arranged marriage.
So it's all arranged marriages only.
This
So even,
really is like पुराने ज़माने का Hinduism, right?
yeah. So, so even all the three wives, if you marry, also the three wives are chosen by the church for you and all that. So
Oh, okay,
it's
okay.
not like it's not that you have dated or fallen in love with someone and you've married them or something, not like that.
Okay. Oh
Yeah.
God. Later Vedic period.
So apparently the interview which I saw where
Hmm.
so they tell him, that no, we don't date, we don't believe in dating and all. So he says, oh, you're just behaving like Indians. So he calls us
Yeah.
only. I was like, oh
But
my
we are
God.
also not that bad any longer. That was like hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
Three wives so never.
Yeah. But I think Tulika, even now, for that matter, arranged marriage is a very in thing in most of our, like apart from the cities, I think
Yeah.
it's still a huge in
Arranged
thing.
marriages have changed in the cities. They might still be arranged, but there's
Yeah,
more interaction. Not like you
correct.
don't see the face and on that day that.
Yeah.
And of course, in the villages, though, it's a lot. It's quite
It,
the same.
yeah, it's still quite thing.
It's the same. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's true.
And again, Tyler was one more thing. Tyler knew these things were happening to her, but I felt he could have done more, which he didn't.
Mm.
But
Mm.
maybe he himself didn't have much of a. He had also just come out, right? He was trying to find his own feet, so maybe he couldn't help her much.
Yeah. That
I,
self-preservation thing.
he's
He
the
wants to
first
cut
man
off.
who left home.
yeah,
He's the
Mm.
first son actually who left home for
correct.
studies.
But
Tyler.
why there was
So
so
he's
much of
cut off.
problem in her leaving, but there wasn't so much problem when he left, I felt.
One day he got up and said, "I'm not going to remain. I'm going to study," and he goes. Simple,
Yeah.
as simple as that.
Mm.
It
Maybe because
could
he
be
was
one
the
thing.
first.
Once his manpower is depleted to manage his junk and other things,
Mm.
he wanted to retain as many kids with him as is possible. That could be a
Correct.
reason.
But that's true.
Yeah.
Mm.
One went, he must have, and anyway, they wouldn't have been prepared. But once one went, then they must have
Another
been on
thing.
guard
Ah.
that
Mm.
we couldn't let
And
anybody.
he was very resistant to studies and education school. And it was anathema to him. He said nothing to
Correct.
him. That could be a reason why it has become tougher for Tara to leave her studies.
Mm.
It might be individual personalities also. Tyler kind of cuts himself off much more easily than Tara.
Mm.
He keeps coming
Ah,
back. He wants to cut himself off from everything and build his own life with his wife and everything.
yes, yes, yes.
But
Correct.
Ah.
she keeps coming back and again. So I think individual personalities would play some part.
Right.
And all said and done, it is a patriarchal society.
Right.
Definitely, he will an upper hand when you compare
Mm.
with Tara.
Mm.
So he
Mm.
went away. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
One more thing which was really, which I felt so, I felt really like I wanted to, reach out to her in the book was when she starts doubting her reality, when they start
Mm.
gaslighting her.
Mm.
And
Mm.
that was, I felt so strongly she brought it out where she starts doubting things. Is this really color red, or is this blue? Is this
Mm.
person actually standing in front of me?
That's
And
yeah.
yeah, I've read about like other incidents where people undergo this when there's so much of gaslighting and distrust in what they say. They sometimes start doubting themselves, and then they start doubting the reality which they are seeing.
Mm.
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 So that I think she had brought it out very
Yeah.
powerfully. She had,
It does.
yeah,
Very nicely done.
yeah. And another thing was finally at the end, it felt like it was not even about protecting Sean or something. It's just that they had this version of reality and they just want that only to be there. That's what I felt towards the end. You know, because what was the reason to protect him so much? Also, that's not like they were very close to him or something like that. I don't know what I felt.
Mm. It's yeah. They felt if she went out and spoke about it, it would disturb the structure, right? The
Hmm.
accepted way of doing things. So
But she didn't really want all that. No, she wouldn't have written
mm.
this book, I think, if they had just like, oh, okay,
Let her
they're just,
go.
they are just not just let her go. If they are like, oh God, Sean, why did you do this? You must
Huh.
apologize to her.
Right.
If that much would have been, I think,
But
more than
she
enough, this
might not
book
have
wouldn't have
gone.
existed.
She might not have gone at all.
Yeah.
Look at the other side also. She loses balance. In the sense, actually, look at that is she amount of pressure she handles. She
Hmm.
has today, she has to ready. There is no money, family doesn't support. She
Correct.
falls sick. So in
Yeah.
such an event, it is natural one to lose balance. But she comes back. That is another important thing.
Yeah. Keeps coming
She
back.
doesn't yield to the pressure. She every time she comes back.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's what there are two things that stand out for me from the very difficult childhood she has, the the period within which actually she completes her studies, goes up to PhD level, and for
Hmm.
that purpose, the sterling qualities she has got, like self-reliance
Mm.
and then self-discipline
Hmm.
and then courage,
Hmm.
Yeah.
respect. There are few qualities actually that helped her, and
Hmm.
that will help you for any human being whenever he faces a crisis.
Hmm.
Mm.
I because on these four items actually I read a paper
Hmm.
that means morals and actually how they helped her.
Mm.
Hmm.
For example, she was dependent on herself.
Hmm.
Self-reliance, that's what the writer called. I
Correct.
made some effort to keep up my schooling in the free time I had between scrapping and helping mother make tinctures and blend oil.
Correct.
Mm.
Self-reliance, she wanted to depend on herself. Parallelly, she also into assisting her mother.
Mm.
That
Yeah.
paper brought out wonderfully actually. Few qualities actually which had helped her go up to that level.
Right.
And self-discipline. I
True.
woke up every morning at 6 to study because it was easier to focus on the mornings before I was worn out from scrapping.
Mm.
Hmm.
Self-discipline. These values actually they stood there all throughout her study life.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's what I found. These are the important things. So if the childhood was bad and things, she made it up. And she was courageous actually.
Hmm.
For example, they giving an exam at her 16th year. I
Hmm.
was 16, had never taken an exam, and had only recently undertaken anything like a systematic education. Still,
Hmm.
I registered for the test.
Hmm.
See her courage.
Correct. I
Didn't
was
even
so
know.
surprised that thing. She doesn't know what is an essay,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
My
No, that is the
God.
thing.
Yeah, she's in
Doesn't know how to tick
college.
in multiple choice. Also, she
Yeah,
doesn't know how to
she
fill
doesn't.
in. She knows
But
Yeah,
nothing.
she asked the examiner, invigilator, what is this?
Mm.
What is that I have to do? Look at
correct.
her actually.
Right.
No, outstanding personality.
Also,
Mm,
she
And
must have been
another thing,
very intelligent to, she must
please.
have been really intelligent to
Definitely,
adapt.
madam.
So,
Definitely.
definitely. Definitely.
And the quality of she has got respect for others' opinions. Despite
mm,
all said and done, Edith, though actually backstabs her, she doesn't fight with her. Her
Mm,
sister, she gives away to her mother. From then
right.
on, the book changes actually. The family starts disowning her.
Mm,
mm,
So these 4 5 qualities actually she stood, and she's very strong in that way area.
yeah.
correct.
Whether apportioning time or
I think the less,
prioritizing,
yeah. Okay.
there
Yes.
are the things. Okay, okay.
Right. No, very, very, very true. And I think I have one more slide about education also, I think. The next one was this. Okay. So, um so this is again one of those things which I just felt like in communities itself in general, so mainly, why is he like this? Why is the father like this? Why does he not believe in all these, doctors and everything? So somewhere he has this feeling that he's protecting his family, which is a very, again, a very crazy thing to do because physically he doesn't want to protect them really, not much.
Mm,
So, but spiritually, morally, and all those things kind of are more important for him. And he's always preparing for a bad day which will come later in life. But they are currently undergoing so many bad days where it's never clear whether they're going to live or not. But
true.
all that, it doesn't seem to be worrying to him. But
Mm,
because of that thing of protection, it is what turns that into isolation, which is true with the entire Mormon community. So I think they are in that area called Utah, I think, right? Utah or something.
yeah.
Yeah. And one of the things which happens is when polygamy was initially that was allowed. So they all were thing. I think there was no explicit law which said you can't do polygamy. But then in US they brought the law that you can't do polygamy. And it was apparent that there was a lot of polygamy going on in the Mormon community. So suddenly there was a lot of arrests done. And many of the children were taken away from their parents in the community.
Oh,
So I
okay.
think all that is also one of the things which kind of eats into his head and he decides I need to protect the family. We are away from people, we have to be protected.
Mm.
But then one interesting thing is that this insularity, this kind of, we are different kind of a thing is it's not unique to religion. There a lot in every religion, but it's not even unique in religion. It's unique in even elite universities. We see it in politics also. What my view is, it's right. So I need to protect this view only. Then fan followings, wealthy neighborhoods, activist circles also. So they believe in a very particular way of activism. So they don't want to really listen to anything which is against that, I feel, in many ways.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ex-
yeah, so that,
exclusiveness.
yes. So that kind of made me want think of this, when does strong belief and a very shared identity, create belonging? And when does it start creating walls? So
Yeah,
is
they're
the
very
problem religion
interrelated.
itself, or what happens when fear, control, and unquestioned authority get mixed into it?
Mm. They are very connected, actually. Like
Yeah.
my uh, too strong a belief will
Mm.
alienate you from the
Correct.
others, and the more you get alienated, the closer like the ghettoization that happens, the
Mm.
closer you come to similar people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's true.
So we had various interesting people we had met, so in the book club the last time. So there were people who were belonging to different, who had married and like they had married a person of a different religion in
Hmm.
that group. So it's a huge group, a lot of parents, right? So some of them were like, like let's say I'm a Marwadi married to a Gujarati,
Hmm.
or I'm a non-Jain married into a Jain,
Hmm.
and each one said on how the other party would strongly, their in-laws would hold on to their religious belief or their community beliefs and consider that to be far superior to
Yeah,
what the daughter-in-law brought in, you know. And then there was this lady who was there. She's saying, at least you all have all these differences. I'm a Jain, married into a Jain community. But
yeah.
my in-laws consider their way of following Jainism much superior to what I do.
Yeah, that's really
So,
true. In the
yeah,
same
That's
religion.
possible. That's very possible. In
yes,
Yeah.
Hinduism, it is very possible actually.
correct. So they will be like, I follow these things which I do, and you don't do that. So I am a better Jain than you. You
We
know?
worship the same God, but my way
Yeah,
of worship is better
Yeah,
than yours.
yeah.
We
yeah,
worship the same God, but my way of worship is better than yours. It is
yes.
superior. That feeling is there
So
always, actually.
correct, correct. So she says, so that one of the things which we, when we spoke about this, which I felt, and which I think most of us took away, is that um in many things we have a sense of superiority, maybe in not believing in religion also much, maybe we are not so religious, and that could become something which we are very proud about ourselves for.
Yeah, I'm an atheist.
uh,
Big deal being an atheist.
yeah,
Yeah, a lot of people.
yeah.
Actually, wherever there is a lack of acceptance that this
Hmm.
is a different way of life and it's as good as mine,
Correct,
I think you need a certain amount of maturity to reach that stage. And if it's not there, then this is a very normal thing to happen. That
correct.
and
Yeah.
obviously you think yours is better because you're following it, right?
Right,
If
right.
I thought yours was better, I would follow yours, but I don't.
Exactly.
But
Yeah,
to
yeah.
accept it, it can be at least equally important to that person.
Mm.
That is just yeah, weird.
Yeah. It is so surprising, that yeah, like I never thought of it that way till we had that discussion. And then I thought, oh my God, maybe I am proud about how I am. I should not do that. I should be like, okay,
You see,
accepting of whatever, you know.
Archana, go on Twitter. You
Mm.
see, North India will be fighting against South India. They will, Pune and Bombay will be fighting. Pune thinks they are very cultural. Every community, we are very culturally aware.
Ah,
Then Bombay will say they are so laid back. Like there are these
ah,
stereotypes. Everyone will think we are better,
correct,
and
correct.
everybody has their own strengths. But itna who thinks so much? They're like
Mm.
they're only focus on you know. And it becomes very difficult for me because I've been in so many places. So I
Exactly.
can't even fight. I can't say
Yeah,
Bombay is better or Pune is better or UP is better. Or, like half my friends are from Tamil Nadu. So Tamilian. My sister-in-law is an Andhraite. So it's like so maddening. I think people should travel and go and
correct.
live in different parts of this country
Ha,
or the world for that matter to
correct.
kind of
Yeah, so that was another very interesting thing. So this one lady who is from a military family,
Hmm.
so she was having a discussion with me after the program, and she was telling me that, we have never had a discussion on, like, we've had religion, we follow a religion and all that, but we've never had like, oh, this person is a superior religion, or this person is inferior, or this is like our what we are doing, this is better or that is lesser. And she says one of the reason is that somewhere when you are in military, all these things, you are living in
Correct.
many places, you see many
Absolutely.
things, so you kind of transcend from this,
Correct.
you
But
know.
Archana, the Air
Huh?
Force people will look down on the Army people, by the way.
I didn't know this.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
because they have a lot of help and they will say, "Acha, they are."
uh, oh, Tulika dropped out. Okay, she'll join back.
Oh, acha, acha.
No, by I think maybe she had a power issue or something.
Network issues, not
Yeah, or
power.
maybe she lost charge. She'll come back. Okay. Yeah. So this was what I was telling Shamal Raoji. So we had about
Uh-huh.
yeah, I had written about the education part of it. So that was again another very surprising incident, no, when she didn't know what is the meaning of the word Holocaust.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And she asks, what is Holocaust?
yeah.
And all people will look at her. You don't understand what is Holocaust. Such a normal, common word.
Uh, Tulika is back. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
I got
cultural
locked out
shock.
for some
Okay,
reason.
okay. Good, good, good to have you
Okay.
back.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we just went to the next slide, Tulika.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
were
fine.
telling something, you would like to
But
finish it?
just this, that it's not like nobody is free of
Mm, the bias.
biases.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, you told one thing, people have to travel, then they will understand.
Then they'll.
absolutely.
One
Right.
Yeah.
cluster. It
Correct.
happened. It happened with me all along in my life. I only worked in Eastern India in Odisha. Let us put it.
Hmm.
So once I got a promotion, I was transferred across the nation, and I was posted to Gujarat, Western end. So
Hmm.
east to west I went.
Hmm.
And in west actually it was almost a mini India. We had Telugu Andhras, we had Maharashtrians, we had Bengalis, we had Tamilians, we had Keralites. I was thinking it is a mini India. In
Hmm.
Odisha, it is not like that. You have only Odia people here. So
Hmm.
Hmm.
once you travel and intermingle with several other societies, you will have a broadened approach. Ah, they are
Right.
also like India is that big.
Hmm.
That feeling to insulate yourself and have a feeling that you are exclusive, that
Hmm.
will not be there.
Correct.
We move together, yes, that happens. And
Hmm.
if you are fair, the other man is actually not fair.
Hmm.
That simple is that. And you
Correct.
speak one language, the other man speaks another language,
Hmm.
but basic feelings are same. Suffering is same.
Right.
Right.
There
Right.
is no difference. You have a feeling of universality. That's what I found. For instance, the other day, as I said, Madam knows. And for them, the temperature of 102.3, same as far as I'm concerned, 102.3. I saw the other fellow sitting on the opposite chair. And
Hmm.
say, you are having 102 temperature. Do you mean to say that it will be different than mine too? It's not like that.
Hmm.
Correct.
That feeling has to come. As long as that is not there, this exclusiveness, I'm superior, all these things will come. It is a
Correct.
question of your cultural bring up or exposure. That is
Yes.
what
Hmm. Hmm.
I went to
Education.
Assam, same thing.
Hmm.
That's true.
Right.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so some of the other questions relating to her intelligence. So one of the things we were just talking before you joined in, Tulika, was she didn't know the word Holocaust.
Yeah. Right.
And she had no knowledge of any of the race issues in the US.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And they are apparently, her parents are very white supremacists, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. So again, that's common with most of the Mormons. And they don't allow any, so despite it being a church, blacks are generally not allowed. But I think there are a couple of few of them. But again, they don't have a proper standing. And also, I don't even know why would they want to be there. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Crazy.
So so how do you feel the book challenges our assumptions about intelligence and ignorance? So many things I think we take it for granted, like what we spoke about MCQ and essay. And
Hmm.
those are like, I was so surprised that these are things which actually we learn from a school. So it's not like everyone will know about it, no?
Yeah. You just assume people would know about it.
Correct. So I felt there were so many things like that which we have assumptions when it comes to intelligence. So one of the interesting incidents was there's this. So Tamil is one of the languages in Singapore, right? So they bring a lot of Tamil authors from Tamil Nadu to Singapore to give talks and all. And so one such children's author who had come was just talking to us, and he was telling us about how he has this movement which he has in Tamil Nadu, where a lot of people come out and they give their books. They give just Tamil books, which they've written for children. They give a few copies as gift to this author, and they have a group. They are a group of authors, and they go to various villages and to the government schools where they place these books, and which are storybooks. So the kids are only used to their school books. They have never had
Oh.
any storybooks in their life at all.
Hmm.
And so they place it there, and they first have to tell a child how to hold a book. So they have to tell them where the title is written, where the author's name is written.
Archana, but textbooks will also have titles and stuff, no?
Yeah, but not like I think it differs from how a storybook has it, maybe. I
Yeah.
think that's what he was trying to say.
Hmm. Hmm.
And the surprising thing was he was telling that all the government schools there also have a library, or at least they have a bookshelf, which
Hmm.
they call as a library filled with books, which is always under lock and key. And every year it's
Oh.
opened once for stock taking.
Oh, the children never get to it.
Children never get to it.
Oh,
because
sad.
they will spoil it, they will tear
Ah,
it, there's something will happen, then the stock is, we can't, when we stock take, there may not be a couple of books. So we are not going to give it at all.
so really sad.
It's really sad. So, and then so these authors, when they go, first they introduce them to it, and then they actually kind of give the books to them, and they are so shocked. So most of them are like, we can actually keep it, is it? We can have it with
Yeah.
ourselves.
Uh-huh.
And so that kind of, I felt it challenges so many assumptions which we make about intelligence also. Like we feel that everyone knows what's a storybook, everyone knows what is there, where is an author's name written in a book, or genres of a book or something. So these are like things which actually many people don't know
And it has
about.
nothing to do with intelligence.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with intelligence.
Correct.
Yeah,
Rather, it has to do with exposure. Can I say that?
Correct. Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
And so ultimately, what did you feel? Did Educated come across as a hopeful book to you or a tragic one? And
For me, it is an inspiring book. It was an inspiring reading.
Mm. Mm.
And for others also, who are in the pipeline, one who has to make big in life, they
Hmm.
compulsorily should read. That's what I felt.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's a little bit of both, actually.
Yeah, even I
Tragic
felt.
that such things actually happen in this day and age,
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly. Yeah,
and also that through sheer your own efforts, you can get out of it. So
yeah,
Yes.
that
And
really,
she reaches the top.
yeah.
Some she reaches.
Mm.
correct.
And the shortest possible time. These are the two things that matter. And with
Hmm.
a
She had
lot of
some
hard work.
wonderful professors, which
Yeah.
felt
Yeah.
very
Accepted.
heartening.
Accepted.
Yeah, that kind of made it very,
So,
that was a very hopeful thing in the book, I
Mm.
felt.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
but as far as tragic one is concerned, okay, if you look at her personal life having cut off from her family,
Hmm.
it is tragic.
Yeah.
That is accepted. On personal note, it is tragic. But
Mm.
on the other note, actually, it is very inspiring.
Mm.
She inspires others to perform that way, to build up their career, to come up in life. That's
Correct.
what I feel.
Yeah.
But personally, it is a tragic life. You see, who wants to, what I call, lose touch with their family members when
But
you
Right.
she
know that
finds
they are
herself.
bad?
So
Mm.
yeah, I don't know. It might be in the sense that I think it was good that she lost the family. Otherwise, she would have been stuck in that
Correct.
bad
Very correct.
cycle.
She's those who have come out, they become PhDs. Those there with us, they're still with them, dependent with families.
Mm.
So at
And it's
particular stage, madam has written in mail also. That is what how much you owe to them or how much they owe to us. As
Mm.
long as your both the efforts are complementary to one another, fine.
Mm.
But in this case, it was not like that. Father, mother, everyone wants to pull her back, but she wants
yeah.
to actually fly far.
Yeah.
When the efforts are not complementary, it is never very nice for it's okay for her to go away, leave. And there
Absolutely.
is no patchwork. Even at the end of the page, also, I don't find there is any reconciliation between the
No,
Yeah.
there
families.
isn't.
They are
Correct. No,
the
they put a case on her. No, now
Yeah, they sued her.
they sued her. I think
and
case
that
is
is
still
also
going
there. Certain things are incorrect with the book they have brought. I also come across this.
on.
She
Mm.
has not correctly said and something they have written.
Mm.
We don't know how much is the fiction in it. We have got very limited. How much is actually the real in it? Fact.
Exactly.
Mm.
That's odd because we
Ah,
have only have her version.
Mm. But
exactly. Fact and
apparently,
fiction.
the person who read the book told me her mother's version was telling that the mother has not told that, like anything like Sean has not abused her or all those things. So the mother's only thing claim has been that the father's not bipolar. She is not injured so badly. And more about, that she gave such a good homeschooling, which is why she's been
Ah,
what she
this
is.
I even read.
The
Oh my God. And then they say that
Mm.
her father constantly, one interview I read, he said, we were so good at, we produced 3 PhDs.
Ah, that's what.
Out of 7 children, 3 are PhDs. So,
Yeah, that's what.
oh
yes,
my
they
So
are
he says
genius.
that's what my homeschooling was so good that she
God.
became, a PhD, is what her mother
A
claimed.
PhD.
That's why it's educating.
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh my God. But again, yeah, who knows? It's
Yeah.
just versions of reality. There is no reality
Yeah.
actually. They are just versions of it.
Mm,
Crazy.
correct. So I think I have some nice quotes.
Ah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you can love someone and still choose to say goodbye to them. You can miss a person every day and still be glad that they are no longer in your life.
that's true.
My life was narrated for me by others. Their voices were forceful, emphatic, absolute. It had never occurred to me that my voice might be as strong as theirs.
Mm.
It's strange how you give the people you love so much power over you. I thought that was so
over you.
powerful
That
quote.
is so true. That is so
Exactly.
true for all of us, I think. At
Yeah, all of
maybe
us.
not to that extent, but to some
Yeah.
extent is
Uh, to a
Yes,
large
yes, yes.
extent, Tulika, large
yeah,
extent.
for
Mm,
all of us, like our parents, our siblings.
yeah,
Yeah,
Wait, wait.
it's true.
true. The thing about having a mental breakdown is that no matter how obvious it is that you're having one, it is somehow not obvious to you.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
fine, you think. That was
Mm.
also such a powerful scene, I felt. What if I
Ah,
watched TV for 24 straight
Yeah.
hours yesterday?
Yeah.
I'm not falling apart. I'm just lazy. Why it's better to think yourself lazy than think yourself in distress, I'm not sure.
it's just
Yeah, but it was better. More than better, it was vital. So one more place again, the Sean hurting her doesn't hurt her, but her boyfriend has seen it, na?
Mm.
That
Mm.
is what was hurting her more because somehow that makes it real that Sean is hurting her.
Yeah. Yeah. Even there's
she
a
pretends
mall.
actually she's happy with it. Even
Ah,
then,
right.
she
That's what I
Mm,
pretends.
was going to say.
mm,
No, no, things are okay. She smiles, laughs, and other things.
Huh. How much image we stick to, like
correct.
desperately protect an image. Even at the mall when he's twisting her hand and she's
Mm,
like, I keep laughing,
yeah,
cackling the word she uses that
yeah.
so
As
that
if
it
it's
would
just a fun and
it's
they're just
fun.
playing
Oh
around.
my god, yeah.
So horrible.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Everything I had worked for all my years of study had been to purchase for myself this one privilege to
Yeah.
see and experience more truths than those given to me by my father, and to use those truths to construct my own
Just
mind.
alone. Mind.
Mm.
I had come to believe that the ability to evaluate many ideas, many histories, many points of view was at the heart of what it means to self create. If I yielded now, I would lose more than an argument. I would lose custody of my own mind. This was the price I was being asked to pay. I understood that now. What my father wanted to cast from me wasn't a demon, it was me. That's so powerful again.
The, this quote I have also kept actually. Everything
Oh,
I had worked for. I was referring now. This is
mm,
the reason actually.
yeah.
And she means is to self-create. That's what she
Mm,
says.
that's what my
That is an
ability to
important phrase.
evaluate. Mm,
Yes.
nice.
Evaluate many ideas, many histories, many points of view was at the heart of what it means to self-create. That's a wonderful thing.
Correct.
That is the purpose of education.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The decisions I made after that moment were not the ones she would have made. They were the choices of a changed person, a new self. You could call this selfhood many things: transformation,
But,
metamorphosis, falsity, betrayal. I call it an education.
so nicely put.
Lost set.
So
Lost
beautifully
set.
said. Such a,
Lost.
yeah. This is another one of my favorite ones. The skill I was learning was a crucial one. The patience to read things I could not yet understand. That was
Yeah.
also so amazing how she would just pull the table, she pulls the chair and then sits there and then picks up books and reads, which she can't understand anything about. But
Mm-hmm.
still, she
Yes.
would continue just reading them.
Yeah. This
She
is from the
persists
art.
actually.
Mm.
Ah, that.
That persistence was amazing. Curiosity is a luxury for the financially secure.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm.
Because when she runs short of funds, she says this.
Yeah,
No money.
no money. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
I had decided to study not history, but historians. I suppose my interest came from the sense of groundlessness I'd felt since learning about the Holocaust and the civil rights movement. Since realizing that what a person knows about the past is limited and will always be limited to what they are told by others. I knew what it was to have a misconception corrected, a misconception of such magnitude that shifting it shifted the world. Now I needed to understand how the great gatekeepers of history had come to terms with their own ignorance and partiality. I thought if I could accept that what they had written was not absolute, but was the result of a biased process of conversation and revision, maybe I could reconcile myself with the fact that the history most people agreed upon was not the history I had been taught. So this
Yeah.
also was so she's been taught a version of history, which is very different with what is the history in everyone is accepting. But again, that history also who knows is correct, right? So
I
somewhere
think
she feels,
history
yeah,
books are very subjective, madam.
It's
correct.
about perspective, right?
Yeah.
So,
Perspective. I look at in one way, you look in
Mm,
another way, the other.
mm,
So it is very subjective
yeah,
interpretation of history or interpretation of past events.
correct.
It
So
is
mm,
that's
very
why she says the
subjective. It is
history
different.
most people agreed upon was not the history I'd been taught. So where's
I'd
the
be
thing?
taught.
Yeah,
No, this is a very wonderful quote. I was also thinking of this.
yeah,
History. It's a subjectivity,
mm,
lack of objectivity.
correct.
There are several things.
also that you can study historians. I didn't even know that. Like instead of studying history, you study
Yeah,
historians. What a wonderful
history.
thing. How
No,
they
for
thought, what
instance,
they wrote. That is.
Irfan Habib puts in one way and Dalrymple puts in another way.
Yeah.
Mm, mm,
So
Same
I
event,
was
same
researching
war.
a lot about the history of Max, no, for the book. And so when you see about history of Max also, there's a lot of contribution from India. But many of the
Ah,
Western books don't talk about it in that same way
mm.
as how much importance we give to it. We have given the decimal system to the
Heroes.
world. We have given zero to the world. But when they talk about it, some of the books at least, I was so surprised to see how they just gloss it over.
Mm.
They don't even say that this comes from India. Some of
It
them
just
don't even
came.
mention it.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
So again, it's not from Europe, right? So then it doesn't make a thing for them. It doesn't.
But yeah, that's the white man's thing. Anything that
Yeah,
they have not found or discovered or spoken about is not worth talking about.
exactly, exactly. And if you
no,
see,
it is non-existent to them. It is
Yeah.
non-existent
non-existent
to
to
them.
them. And
That is
till
the
the
trust.
16th century, there has been no major development in mathematics from the Europe.
Mm,
So everything else has been always from Asia, China,
mm,
all these other countries, Egypt and all of them. And so they don't want to talk about that history at all,
mm.
or else they gloss it over. Some
Mm,
of them, I don't want to say all.
mm.
Yeah.
It's
But I
more
do have
convenient.
some books at home which completely just glosses it over, doesn't talk about it at all.
Mm.
Yeah. So all I had to do was swap my memories for theirs and
Oh,
I could have my family.
that's so ironic.
Yeah.
Sad.
Um, so this is a magical place, I said. Everything shines here. And this was also so beautifully said. So you must stop yourself from thinking like that, Dr. Kerry said, his voice raised. You are not fool's gold, shining only under a particular light. Whomever you become, whatever you make yourself into, that is who you always were. It was always in you, not in Cambridge, in you. You are gold, and returning to BYU or even to that mountain you came from will not change who you are. It may change how others see you. It may even change how you see yourself. Even gold appears dull in some lighting. But that is the illusion, and it always was.
Was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Whomever you become, whatever you make yourself into, that is who you always were. It was always in you. I think
Mm.
that was very
What a
beautifully said.
nice teacher. Yeah.
Yeah. To have a professor like that.
Yeah. Amazing.
Mm.
She has got all good professors.
Yeah.
Ah,
And one more thing, BYU seems to be the University of Mormons. So like most of them, whoever goes to, mostly that university is filled with Mormons.
Because the other people also,
Hmm.
the other girls with her were also Mormons. So
Correct.
that is why she's surprised to see them wearing spaghettis. They were not
Yeah.
as conservative, but they still were. Like even Tyler, he married another Mormon girl. Uh,
Yeah.
so
So
yeah.
they went
and
to, so I was seeing one in like it's like a small interview kind of a thing where they speak to a lot of Mormons in at BYU, and they
Hmm.
ask them what is weird, what have you seen weird things in around you. So one of them says that so they're not supposed to drink, right?
Hmm.
So he says that I go to parties and I see these people around me trying to act drunk without
Oh,
actually drinking
to like fit in.
to like fit in.
Oh
So
God.
he says that that's the funniest thing which I see in the university. That mostly these Mormons they come there to the party and they try to act drunk, though they are not drunk at all.
Oh, that is so tragic. Thinking people try to appear sober.
Yeah.
reverse is the case here.
Reverse
Yeah.
is the case. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this was another quote. I didn't write the whole quote. I took out the last one mainly. So I carried the books to my room and read through the night. She talks about reading all those books, and then she comes out that John Stuart Mill's quote, and she's where he says, "No, nothing is finally known." So
Mm,
she says, blood rushed to my brain. I felt an animating surge of adrenaline, of possibility, of a frontier being pushed outward. Of the nature of women, nothing final can be known. That's what he says in the book. So never had I found such comfort in a void, in the black absence of knowledge. It seemed to say, whatever you are woman.
mm,
So she has been always told a woman has to be this.
mm,
To know that it's not necessary. Whatever you are a woman. Now I think that was like her first introduction to being a feminist, probably,
mm,
to accepting herself in many ways. So that was a nice one.
mm.
I know only this, that when my mother told me she had not been the mother to me that she wished she'd been, she became that mother for the first time.
Oh, yeah, that's so
Yeah. So
sweet.
this was that when I think she sends an email or speaks to her or something like that. It happens. Um, I could tolerate any form of cruelty better than kindness. Praise was a poison to me. I choked on it.
Mhm.
That
Okay. This is
Professor
your
Pray just
positive
said.
I
liberty.
was saying, this is what I
Ah,
was talking about.
correct. He said positive liberty is self mastery, the rule of the self by the self. To have positive liberty, he explained, is to take
Mm,
control of one's own mind,
So,
correct.
to be liberated from irrational fears and beliefs, from addictions, superstitions, and all other forms of self coercion. Yeah, beautiful.
Like freeing your mind is as I grow older, I realize the only thing that matters is your mind. You can
Hmm,
overcome anything if your mind, even physical illnesses, whether it's, uh,
correct.
we all should, like, I think even small children should be taught yoga or whatever, meditation, whatever, to control your mind. Because so many times, I don't know, personally, for me, for everybody, I like, there are so many anxieties and worries, and you keep
Hmm,
telling yourself, I don't need to worry about this, but you can't help worrying about it
correct,
because
correct.
you can't control your mind. So your emotions, anger, everything.
Yeah.
Positive. I love this idea of, positive
Hmm.
liberty.
And it's so true what you said, Tulika. Sometimes what those anxieties and those things actually come across as a physical illness.
Ah, right,
Yeah, you
right.
yes,
feel
yes,
tired, you feel
yes,
so
they
up
change it.
thing. Yeah, even the headaches and lot of those things are like are mentally,
Psychosomatic.
yeah.
Like
So,
there was this case of these some kids. They were trapped in a cave some time back, and they had a teacher with them, and there was a high tide or something for a long period. They were trapped there, and they could actually keep going because they had these mind exercises, and they just could.
mm,
They were in isolation. I think it was dark or something, and they were just trapped there, and they survived because they could keep their mind calm in that
oh,
in that situation. So yeah.
That's so important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, I guess that's it.
It was a great book to read. Great.
Yeah, really.
Wonderful book.
Hmm.
Mm.
I'm so glad that we chose it and
Yeah, right.
we read it together.
Mm.
The
So
the
what?
when I started reading it in Jan, when I was reading it, the first thing in my head was I need to read it with the book club, with our book club.
Yeah.
Have
Very
to
good,
discuss
very
it
good.
with all of you. So I'm so glad we got to do this.
Hmm.
Yeah, great.
What are we reading
So
now? I'm
yeah,
excited.
what are we reading next? Shamal Raoji and
So
Tulika.
I proposed, but anyway, we have to think.
Yeah. So, Tulika, we had an idea,
Mm.
okay, not as a part of the book club, but even otherwise, you know, that we can maybe read War and Peace and have a discussion, maybe not as a part of the book club, but just generally, because it's a huge one to read alone and
Good
a
I,
book.
huge one to read, I feel, with the book club also. Nobody turns up.
yeah, I'm very apprehensive about these Russian authors. They had too much time. They just wrote and wrote and wrote.
Mm,
Huge and mainly books. So yeah, maybe.
yeah,
And the other book was also Moby Dick.
Moby Dick.
Moby Dick.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Moby Dick or War and Peace, any one thing we thought we'll first make a go for it. And maybe it is going
And
to take
another
a
book,
long time, but just on the
uh,
background, maybe we keep reading. I was thinking we could have a WhatsApp group or something, and if we find something interesting in it, we keep sharing. But it just passively goes on for some time, because I don't think Shamal Raoji, whether I'll be able to promise whether I'll finish it in 3 months
Same.
also.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not
Yeah,
they
even
are all
sure.
challenge. They are challenging books. They
Yeah,
demand a lot from you. It's not an easy read.
correct,
that's
correct.
And
true.
for the last, if you look back, actually, for several books we read,
Yeah.
some books actually they were easy to read, easy to discuss. Some books they demanded attention from you.
That's
Mm,
different.
Books
mm,
were not understandable easily. You have to reread, repeat, and other things.
correct.
So each book has its own unique nature.
That's
Yeah,
true.
And War and Peace is a all-time classic. Definitely it
correct.
demands your lifetime to understand
Mm.
it.
Mm.
So I was
Moby
thinking
Dick I
maybe
did.
one of them, if we choose, we could have a separate group or something on a WhatsApp group or something where we could, anything we want to talk
And
about it, we could keep discussing. And then
uh,
later on, maybe we can do a Zoom discussion or something. But meanwhile, to keep each other going and continue to read
Yeah,
it, we
another
so
book.
can,
Madam has
yeah.
suggested, it seems James she has suggested.
Yeah. Shall we pick up that, Tulika?
You can. Oh, Mother Mary also is a very good book. Very,
Oh,
very good.
Mother
okay.
Mary, I also read actually in America. I got from library there.
Did
Oh,
you like
okay.
it?
Good book. It's a good
Yeah,
book.
it's
Oh,
very good.
She is very open, transparent. She can understand the relation between a daughter and a mother. Actually, how difficult it was.
oh,
No,
okay.
no, we have a peep into her life if you read the
Hmm.
book.
I'm good with
That's
James
good.
also. I like
Yeah,
James.
James is
So let us.
Huckleberry Finn's retelling, no?
That's it.
It's not actually a retelling. It's an offshoot, so to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started reading the book Tulika.
Okay.
James. I had read halfway through, and then I was some travel or something which I went, so I had not completed the book. And then now it's there like that. So again, I might need to restart from first.
Yeah.
But from till what I had read, it was a very smooth and fast
Yeah, yeah,
flowing
yeah.
one.
Easy read,
Easy
nice,
read,
very,
easy
yeah.
read, nice, and it's very strong also. So it's like
Hmm.
from the point of view of the uh,
James,
yeah,
Jim,
from
the
James.
slave.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good book.
So anything, so you all can, what do you feel, Shamal Raoji? So we will,
Okay, let's go in for it.
yeah,
Ah,
so we'll go in
let
for
us go
which
for
one? James?
James. James, let us go for James. The
Yeah.
Okay, Tulika?
normal book.
Yeah, yeah, I'm good with
Yeah.
James. I'm
Okay then.
completely
Good.
fine.
Then
Okay.
let's pick up James. I was
Hmm.
thinking maybe I'll reread Huckleberry Finn also. It's been a long time.
I haven't read Huckleberry Finn. I
Oh,
read Tom
okay.
Sawyer, but I didn't read Huckleberry Finn.
So
But
Huckleberry Finn, I think, was my sixth standard or seventh standard book.
oh, okay, maybe then
So
Oh,
I'll read that
yeah, I
since
read it at
I
that time, but it was of course an abridged version then. But
haven't.
then later I read it was nice. It's a very nice book. It's a nice one.
Adventures of Huckleberry Finn.
Then
Yeah.
we'll know how much they overlap.
Right.
Yeah,
It'll be interesting to see that, I thought.
yeah, yeah.
So let's do that then. So I'll announce James as the book.
Yep.
And shall we take War and Peace first, Shamal Raoji, or what do you say?
Let us take the opinion of others also. We are very pure.
Okay. Yeah. So that we'll
Yes.
have like a background read which is going on maybe 5-10
Uh,
pages a day and keep reading
Yeah.
slowly.
uh,
Yeah. And we can do that. So maybe I'll
yes.
just put both of them on the group. You all can vote
Let us see
maybe
the
for one of
reaction of other members.
Yeah. Let's see the
But this
reaction
time,
of
James, okay. Yes, reaction. We can go for James this time.
Okay, let's
We
go
will
for
have to
James.
order a copy of
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Huckleberry Finn, I didn't read. I have to read also to have a full feel of this James book.
Yeah, sure. The
Uh,
James you've not read, you're saying, right?
James I have not read, neither I have read Huckleberry Finn.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
You
So
should
I'll
read.
see
You will
whether
enjoy it.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. And another thing is one of the characters who comes in Huckleberry Finn is Tom Sawyer. So you have Tom Sawyer's also is another one. Yeah, Tom
One
Sawyer is
link
also a
to
nice, good read.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed reading that one too.
Acha.
Yeah, good. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining in. Yeah,
It was
Thank
good.
you so
thanks.
much, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Bye then. See you.
Yeah.
Good night.
Thank you very
Bye.
much. Good night, ma'am.